How can reading help you master your English speaking? Well, student, that's what you're going to find out in this video. I will give you 3 important tips so that you can use reading to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Well, if you don't know me so well, I'm Teacher Prix, and that's what I do. I help students become confident English speakers so that they can talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. If it's your first time watching this video, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe because every week there are different kinds of English lessons, okay? And if you have already subscribed, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Why not? Now, let's get down to work. How can reading help you master your English speaking? Okay, there will be work to be done, and I will show you. I will give you some reasons to support my explanation, and then I will give you important tips. Okay, rewatch this video, and put into practice the recommendations that I'm going to give. Okay, now, guys, speaking. To help you speak, you need to improve your repertoire, okay? What is this word? A repertoire is the number of songs. Let's think of a band, a musician, okay? It's the number of songs a band knows how to play, okay? Or let's say an artist. It's the number of movements they know how to make in a show, for example, okay? So let's think of an athlete. The number of strategies that athlete may have to perform a certain activity. That is your repertoire, okay? As a teacher, I have an extensive list of repertoire, okay? And everybody should. Now, and basically, what is this? When I say, oh, this musician has a great repertoire, that means that person has a list of things, songs or music or, you name it, the job that person does. That person is prepared, ready to perform that, okay? So if we go back to the example of the musician, let's imagine a band, okay? And this band is going to play at a wedding. They are invited to play at a wedding. What does this band need to do? They will need to learn and rehearse. Rehearse means practice, okay? They will need to rehearse and practice different kinds of songs. And that basically will establish their repertoire, okay? So if you hire a band, the first thing you're going to talk to them about is, okay, what's your repertoire? What are the songs you are prepared to play? This band cannot magically go to a wedding without any preparation, without any practice, without any rehearsal. And that leads me to English. Are you preparing yourself to discuss, to have different conversations in English, to talk about a variety of subjects in English? Can you go smoothly, calmly, from one conversation to another, from one subject to another? That's fluency. Fluency is not about speaking perfectly, no mistakes whatsoever. That's not fluency. Fluency is this ability to go smoothly from one subject to another. So what is your repertoire? What are you preparing yourself to talk about? This is very important. Okay? If you don't have the right kind of preparation, you will have a very poor repertoire. Okay? So a band, the more time they practice, the more they increase their repertoire, the quality of their repertoire. Okay? And this is something you will need to do. And that's when reading comes in handy, okay? Okay? There's a mistake here. Let's see if I can fix it. I don't know if I can fix it. That's when reading comes. Let me fix my file so that I can see if I can fix it. 1 second, because I don't want this mistake to be in the replay. Yes, just this one. I think I fixed it. Ah, that's when reading comes in handy. What is to come in handy? To come in handy means become useful when needed, when necessary. So reading becomes useful in this situation because in this situation, reading will help you, will be necessary. If you want to improve your repertoire, your ability to play different songs at a wedding, okay? That's the analogy I'm making here to make it easier for you to understand. So reading comes in handy, becomes very useful, becomes very powerful because it'll help you increase your repertoire. It will expose you to current subjects. That's so important. I read every day. These are some books you see on my shelf, but I have many more books about different subjects, not just about English. You see an English dictionary over there, but I don't have many dictionaries or grammar books. No, I'm talking about books teaching me a variety of subjects. Why? Because I'm constantly preparing myself for something, for a different conversation. And to do that, I need to improve my repertoire. And that's when reading comes in handy. I'm teaching you the expression as I teach you the lesson. Reading becomes very powerful, very useful in this moment, okay? So I have a question for you. Do you feel ready to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime? I teach my students inside the academy how to do that because I help them change. I help them increase the variety of subjects in their practice, in their repertoire, so that when they travel, they can talk to a stranger. So that when they are at work, they can talk about work and they can talk about different subjects, have more casual conversations, so that if they get sick and they need to go to a hospital, they can talk to the doctor. So if they go through immigrations, they can talk to the immigration officer. You need variety, and reading can be a powerful tool to help you get there, okay? Now, if you are enjoying this lesson, make sure to share it with your friends, like, subscribe, because every week I post different kinds of English lessons. I also have an amazing study plan that will help you organize your study routine if you're feeling a little lost and you don't know what to do. This study plan will be very beneficial on your journey to fluency. I have other programs such as the 50 phrasal verbs for conversation that will improve your vocabulary repertoire, okay? So check the links in the description of this video, but let's keep rolling. Hit the like button, don't forget, okay? But here's the catch. I'm talking about that, and I need to talk to you about this catch, okay? There's something you need to think about, okay? As I mentioned before about the band example, you will need to learn and practice so that on the wedding party, on the wedding day, at the party, you are ready. So that when you have a conversation, you are ready. That's why you need the reading strategy, a reading regimen, okay? And that will require a little bit of organization. You will need to establish a reading regimen so that you can harvest the speaking improvement benefits. You will not magically improve your English speaking overnight after a week of reading on the internet. No. You need a regimen. You need a routine. And remember the concept, learn and practice, okay? Reading without a clear purpose will not help you. So if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a method when you're reading, you will not get better. And this is the problem students have, especially if you study alone, if you don't follow a program like mine, the academy, if you don't have any guideline. You read and you feel like, oh, I'm reading, but I'm not getting better. It's not helping me. So learn and practice, okay? So based on that, I want to give you 3 tips that will help you organize your reading regimen so that you can harvest the benefits, okay? So that you can see results in your communication skills, in your vocabulary, and even comprehension, okay? The more you immerse in the English language through different ways, the better you become as a speaker and as a listener, okay? Now, the first tip, include different reading materials. So you can be serious and study academic materials, but don't stick to academic as much. Okay, that's nice, but don't only focus on that. But you can read blog posts, educational articles, scientific research, the latest news. You need to read different things and focus your attention. Eliminate distraction, okay? I will give you more recommendations about it, but variety, that's one important element. Oh, do I need to read a lot? No, you need to be smart with the choices you make. Remember, it's a work in progress. You're not going to magically, oh, I read 5 different things this week. I'm not better. I know, that's normal. You will need to dedicate time to this practice, okay? It should be part of your routine. As I do with my students in the academy, this is part of what they do. They have reading activities every week. That's why by the end of the program, they feel more confident. They don't feel afraid anymore. They remember the words. Why? Because they have a regimen. They get inside the academy and they get better, okay? Now, moving on. That being said, you are going to read actively. What does that mean? What is to read actively? Let's see. I get a book. Let me get my book here. The Miracle Equation. I read this book twice. I think I'm going to read it a third time because it's a really good book. What does it mean to read actively? I will read it. I will take notes. And for English students, there will be many words you don't know, okay? It happens. There are many words you don't know. But you will need to stop, take notes. Okay, what did I learn in this article? In this page, actually. Oh, I read 2 paragraphs. For example, here in this page, I opened randomly. It says, Decision 1, unwavering faith. Do you know what unwavering faith is? No? Check it out. You need to. Then the writer explains, although you can call faith by another name, belief, confidence, or conviction, simply put, those who create extraordinary lives do not do so by establishing the faith that they can, and they continue to reinforce and maintain that faith until they create what they desire. Thus, their faith is unwavering. I'm intentionally reading fast. It was just an example. So I read this short paragraph. What the heck did I understand? Process the information, okay? You're not just reading to learn English. You're reading to improve yourself. Okay, so he explains unwavering faith. Although you can call faith by another name, so although faith may have different names, belief, confidence, conviction, people who have extraordinary lives, I'm interpreting now, okay? People who have amazing lives do that by establishing faith that they can. So people who are extraordinary, they are constantly telling themselves they can. That's nice. And they continue to put that belief in their minds, okay? Until they create what they dream. Until they create what they desire. And that's the definition of unwavering faith. Unwavering is you don't stop, you don't quit. No matter what happens, you keep believing day in, day out. And then he gives this explanation, okay? That's active reading. And I would take notes. Here I'm just giving you the explanation. I'm taking notes. That's active reading. And you can do that with one single page every day or one short article. That's active reading actively, okay? And you would check the words you don't know. If you don't do that, I'm sorry, you will not get better. You will not improve. And tip number 3, the icing on the cake. Okay, that's an expression too. Check it out. Study. I'm always teaching expressions here on my channel. The final touch. the icing on the cake, okay? Include a speaking practice. So right now, I gave you an example. I read the short paragraph, and I used my own words to explain what I'm teaching here. So I used my own words to explain. And I did this orally. And that's what you need to do. So first you write. So if I were reading this right now, I would be taking notes. So I would get my notebook, okay? This is just an example. It's not really a notebook. It's a planner. I would write down information. I would check the words I don't know. And then the next step would be okay, so unwavering faith. Okay, so unwavering faith is something that is unshakable, okay? Is when you believe no matter what. It could be raining cats and dogs out there. I could be having a difficult time in my life right now, but I believe. I have confidence that something will happen to me and things will work out. That's unwavering faith. Now, how do I feel about it? Well, I agree. That's wonderful. I disagree because blah, blah, blah. This is a speaking practice connected with one short paragraph. I included vocabulary I will need to study if I don't know. I will write about it using my words, and I will talk about it. Now, you will not get better if you don't practice, okay? How do I know this works? Because I have been doing that for 20 years. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 20 years. And I've been teaching people how to do that for nearly 18 years. Not so young anymore. I look young, but I'm not so young. And here I will give you a recommendation, a step-by-step of what you need to do. Describe what you understood. That's step number 1 if you don't know how to do it. Step number 1, describe what you understood. Number 2, do I agree or disagree with the information? Talk about it. So, do I agree? Oh, I don't agree. Unwavering faith? Unwavering faith? No, that doesn't exist. Number 3, do I like the information? Do I dislike? Talk about it. Oh, I don't like this. You know, I think nowadays professional personal development coaches are trying to make you believe in things. I think this is bad. Or I agree, and then I like it, and then you explain why. And finally, have you learned any new expression? Talk about it. Oh, I learned about the concept of unwavering faith. Then nothing can stop me from believing that I will succeed. The reason why I became fluent. Nothing could stop me when I decided that I was willing to do whatever it took so that I could talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Maybe that's what is missing in your life right now. You need unwavering faith. You need to believe that you can talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime, okay? Now, the reason why my students are so successful inside the academy is that I am constantly challenging them. They're speaking and reading. They have biography activities, places around the world involving reading and speaking. Biographies, I'm always bringing them variety, not to mention the modules inside the academy. Why? Because I know variety works. I know how to guide my students in the direction of fluency, okay? Now, guys, if you enjoyed this lesson, hit the like button. But other than that, I'll see you next time. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.